Yeah.
But that was that point, man. The next point he was hitting on, which I'm going to agree with, is where he was speaking about Obama.
Answer that President Obama question. I'd like to know the answer to that.
Oh, Barack Obama was made president for two reasons. Domestically, he was made president to force alternative sexual lifestyles onto black children, sexual confusion as a means of population control. And internationally, he was made president to go to Africa and to force AFRICOM there, to build military bases all throughout the continent. And guess what? There's been about 6 coups in Africa over the past year, and every single coup was in a country with a United States military base. No coincidence. America only practices democracy when the person who wins the election has an agenda that is in the interest of America. Charlemagne, you can be elected president, but if your agenda is not in the interest of the white power structure, you will be overthrown. Democracy only lasts as long as the person winning the election is favorable to the agenda of the power structure.
Well, I think you see that all the time, especially with the GOP. You saw that in Georgia, right? They didn't care if Herschel Walker was a terrible candidate. They knew that if he got into the Senate, he was going to do the bidding of the GOP.
Who won the runoff?
Warnock.
Warnock won.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Here's what I'm going to say to that. And my maternal ancestry is from Georgia. It didn't make a difference if Warnock won. It didn't make a difference if Herschel Walker won, because both of them are candidates who are aligned with 2 white racist political parties. The Democratic Party don't care about black people. The Republican Party don't care about black people. Raphael Warnock hasn't done nothing his first term. He's not going to do nothing his second term. And if Herschel Walker would have won, it would have been the same thing. One of the things we have to do as black people, we have to get off this Republican Democratic political dichotomy, because it does not serve us and it wasn't created for our interests. That is a white intellectual conversation, whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. Our dichotomy is not democracy or republicanism. Our dichotomy is freedom or oppression. That's the black dichotomy. Who belongs to the Freedom Party? Who belongs to the House Negro Party? That's it. Look at the Congressional Black Caucus. 59 African Americans, and more than half of them are old enough to be your grandparents. Why do we have people in the CBC in their 70s, in their 80s? In their 60s. Don't get me wrong. In African culture, we believe an old man for counsel and a young man for war. Mm-hmm. But look who we got in D.C. fighting for justice for African people. They're senior citizens. And we wonder why nothing's getting done, because they don't want to pass the baton. And this is an issue that we have had in the black community for a long time. Not just Congressional Black Caucus, Black Church, Black Community Organization, where we don't want to pass the baton to the next generation. And why not? Black men and women are seldom given an opportunity to experience real power. So when we get a taste of real power, we don't like to give it up because we're not used to it. That's why you got 100-year-old pastors running churches when you got 20 and 30-year-old young pastors in the same congregation who will never get a chance to give a sermon. That's why you see so many old leaders in black organizations, because they don't want to pass the baton, because the old black man's ego is bigger and stronger than a young black man's ego.
And I want to go back to something you said about Obama. You know, Obama was opposed to same-sex marriage in 2008.
Oh, when he ran.
Yeah.
But the power structure told him, you're going to support this when you get in there.
That was the second term?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Because the agenda had not yet been set, but when the agenda was set, he had to carry it out because Obama belonged to a white racist political party.
Nah. That Obama, that Republican and Democrat thing, you already know where I think me and you both stand.
Oh, yeah, how we feel about it.
Republican and Democrat thing.
Ain't
you know what I mean?
us.
So he ain't going to get no pushback from me on that Obama and red and blue Republican Democrat thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I agree with him. You got anything else on that, bro?
I agree 100% with him. It's just sad that, like, we talk about having some morality about being black, having a standard. You know, you got a black man to go up there and be a pawn, and it's because of who he was supported by. He wasn't supported by us. We ain't funding him to run that campaign. You know, we ain't had no paperwork.
Well, we did help on that. Now that grassroots organization did. No, but you actually put some money behind this campaign. You know, we had a lot of grassroots.
You ain't talking about the first time, right?
No, I'm talking about the first time.
Okay.
First time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We had a lot of grassroots organizations. You know what I'm saying?
We did. Okay, you're right.
We all wanted to see it.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
But it's just when you see a man change from his first campaign to his second campaign, that's a huge swing. Mm-hmm. And what, like he said, the lead in the LGBT community for their agenda automatically, just like that. when you was against it, your first term, that's just bad, man. I wish we would have had more support to keep him out of that hole, but it is what it is. Like I said, I agree with Umar with that one.
I'm gonna say this to anybody that's out there listening. That first time that Obama ran, I remember I was at my sister's house and I was so excited to see him win because it was just, hey, look, I just wanted to see a black man win.
Yeah, it was different.
I mean, man, I was just excited. I went outside and literally, gave me like a big scream, like woo, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I couldn't believe it. Yeah. Second term, his second election, I ain't even vote for him. I just didn't vote.
Hey, you knew you weren't gonna do that.
I didn't vote for either candidate. I know. You understand? So the first one, I was that excited.
I was with you. You was with him. Yeah.
But paying attention to what was going on, that second one, I'm like, man, no,
you ain't did nothing for us in 4 years.
Nah, you got me that time, but you ain't gonna give me this second time.